Prepare for battle. Operation Warfare.
Hello, Bots and Books fans, this is Scorp1701, and tonight we are going to be taking a look at the Walmart Exclusive Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Netflix Edition Soundwave. And this is going to be a great review. Everybody's trying to get their hands on this toy, and he is awesome. Soundwave is one of those characters that's in almost every iteration of Transformers, and he always has the same kind of little gimmick, and this toy will be no different. So let's jump right in, and as you can see, he is in this awesome Netflix box, which is usually all white, and you have Netflix right here, Takara Tomy, Transformers Generations, Transformers 8+, Hasbro, Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy, Decepticon Soundwave, and you can see Soundwave there, you can see Laserbeak there, you can see Ravage there, so there is a lot of good stuff in this box. On the side of the box you have a nice picture and Decepticon label of Soundwave, Netflix, a Netflix original series. On the top of the box you have an Autobot symbol, Transformers, more than meets the eye. On this side of the box you have an awesome picture of the Transformers crashing to Earth and Netflix, a Netflix original series, authentic Transformer logo, and then the War for Cybertron logo. That is really cool. I love these pictures. Alright, on the bottom of the box you just have some credits for the box, another authentic sign, and a barcode. Everybody loves barcodes. Ooh, barcodes! And on the back of the box, finally, we have a lot of product shots. You can see them in a robot mode, in a tape deck mode, and Ravage, in a tape mode, and Laserbeak, in a tape mode, and a lot more credits for the box in Hasbro. So this is basically it for the box. No one wants to see this awesome Transformer in a box. I know I don't. So let's get him out and see what Soundwave can do. And here we have Soundwave out of the box, and in the box he comes with a nice set of instructions that will help you turn Soundwave from a robot into a tape deck, and from a tape deck into a robot, and it will also help you transform Ravage and Laserbeak. So that is all very good. He also comes with this awesome background with a huge Decepticon logo and a picture of Soundwave hidden in there, so that's pretty neat. And for the toy itself, it comes with a Laserbeak cassette, a Ravage cassette, it comes with a blaster, it comes with a shoulder cannon, and it comes with another gun. But we'll take a look at all of those later. Right now, before we take a look at Soundwave, let's take a look at these little guys. And first off, I want to take a look at the Laserbeak cassette type thing. Now I say cassette type thing because this really doesn't resemble a cassette that much. Usually they have like little circles in it, and it has like a side A and B, and it has some measurements for the songs, but this doesn't have any of that. And the only reason I think this is the way it's supposed to be orientated is because the instructions have the two orange dots up at the top. So this, I think, is how it's supposed to work. But anyway, as you can see, it has a lot of nice detail. It's painted nice in reds and some oranges and some blues, some blacks. In the center you got some plastic reds and blacks and silvers here at the top, and that's pretty much it for this side. The sides are done mostly black and red, and you got a little bit of silver on this side. The back, not much here, so you can basically tell this is supposed to be facing inwards, so you don't see that because, yeah, there's not anything there. But there's a lot of neat little details in there, and I like it. So let's go ahead and transform Laserbeak. He is very simple to transform. We'll start by pulling his legs down, which is these two little gray pieces, like that. And then we could pull the wings out starting here. That comes out, and then this comes out. And now pull the head, which is this middle part here, so you kind of get a finger in there and pull it out, because it's kind of stiff. So there you go, and get that in, and that is a really nice Laserbeak head. Look how that is just evil. Okay, but before we actually start admiring this thing, we have to finish out the transform by taking this silver piece here and pulling it up and around to kind of come up with this kind of back missile type thing that he had. So yeah, there you go for your Laserbeak transform, and that is pretty cool. He definitely looks like a little Laserbeak. Yeah. So looking at him, he looks like some thrusters here on the back, and normally he would have some guns attached to this little thing here. I don't see them, but yeah, it's okay. I like the concept, and I like that they gave him to us. So that is pretty. Oh, he does have a Decepticon symbol on his head. That is awesome. I like that. Nice yellow eyes, like I said before, and he does have a little mouth that is in there, kind of molded, just a line, and it doesn't come open or anything. But the head is actually articulate. It kind of has a kind of thing going on. That is pretty cool. And the wings, they fly. Nothing there. Oh, and he does have this little port here, and this is going to be kind of tough to get out. But all you got to do is kind of pull it down with your thumb, and that can just fit into Decepticon's hand, probably Soundwave and stuff like that. So anyway, that is your Laserbeak. Moving on. And here is the Ravage cassette, and he looks a lot more like a cassette than Laserbeak did. So you can see the two holes I spoke about earlier. You can see it says Japan, and you have some tape markers right there. Up here you have a 60 and an A, which would indicate that this is a 60-minute cassette, and this is side A. Nice Decepticon symbol there. It is mostly done in nice glossy black. You have some nice silver highlights down here at the bottom, and on the back you have just a whole bunch of garbly details. This is where most of his transform will come. You got some legs over here to the side and some other things, so that's not really that important. This is where we're going to be looking for the most part, and this will be how he sits into Soundwave. And to transform Ravage, what we will do is we'll turn him around. We will pop these feet out of place, put them around like that, and then we'll do the same to these on the bottom. Let's see, pop those, and then this one. There we go. And now with them like that, we can fold these back feet in, and then that will give us a little bit of leadway to bring this part back, and then continue moving the feet around. So you want to orientate it where the silver gun here is facing up, and then the feet are on the bottom, like so. So again, maybe easier if you just leave the foot in until you get the part around and then bring the foot down. So yeah, I guess that is easier. But anyway, there you go with that. And then before you close the front legs, you want to grab his head, which is right here, and kind of with a fingernail pull that around, and then you can close the front legs around, and there you have Ravage in his robot mode, and that is pretty neat. Ravage is cool. He's doesn't have a tail. Would have been nice if they could have figured out how to get a tail in there, but I don't know. It's cheap. I mean, what do you expect? So and his head does go up and down. His mouth doesn't open, but it is kind of sculpted in an open position, but it's really not, because it's black in there. So anyway, there you have your Ravage. Moving on. And with the minions out of the way, we can take a look at the main man himself, Soundwave. And this is the Soundwave that I remember from 1984 and watching Transformers for the very first time. He was a nice cassette player. And why they decided to give us Soundwave as a cassette player in the Netflix War for Cybertron series, I have no idea. But you know what? I don't care why they did it. I love it. I'm glad they did it, but that's not important right now. What's important is we take a look at this awesome figure. And he is done mostly in nice blues and silvers for the sides here. You have a R here, you have a L here that tells you right speaker, left speaker. This is so cool. You have a plastic chest here, you got some yellow going around. You have a nice Decepticon symbol there. You got some nice gold coming off the side, little buttons. You have a play button, a rewind button, a fast forward button, and it looks like a record button and a stop button. And you have record / battery, which should be red, but I don't care. This is awesome. And at the top you have this nice gray button here, and if you push it, yes, his chest does pop open. That is so cool, and you can see some nice detail inside the cavity there. That's nice. Again, this is so great. I'm glad that we got another tape deck Soundwave. Anyway, on the top you can see some ports here that will technically be for his shoulder cannon when we get him in robot mode. Some grays, some blues. This is cool. Side here, nothing much. A little bit of color detail there. Some details here on the bottom. Same thing on this side. On the back, you just have some nice molded details here. You have a lot of ports, and you could put his weapons and such in those ports anywhere you want to be. On the bottom, not much. You can tell that these should be hands, but they're actually just the hinges for the hands, so that is pretty neat. You see the legs here sticking out, and that's pretty cool. And that is pretty much it for his cassette mode. I would like to try this guy with Laserbeak and Ravage. So basically what we'll do, it opens up here, and you can put, we'll start with Laserbeak. I think it starts like this, and let's see, just sits in there, folds up. That is so cool. Laserbeak eject. Whoop, there, he almost flies out. That's pretty cool. See if it goes better this way. I don't know. Well, it sits better that way. So that might be better with the circle, orange circles on the bottom. Oh, nope, nah, that doesn't eject very well. So yeah, play with it. Oh, there he goes. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's try Ravage. So we got Ravage here. Stick him in there. Go in. So that looks nice. Yeah, I like Ravage sitting in there. So eject Ravage. Eject Ravage. Get out, Ravage. Okay, so we know that the Ravage tape works. Alright, just wanted to try the gimmick. Moving on. And full comparison, here you have Earthrise Starscream and the Netflix Megatron. And, well, it's kind of a strange comparison because there's no way that Soundwave can actually move around on his own. Either Megatron or Starscream will have to carry him inside them. So I don't know, maybe Soundwave needs to invest in some wheels or something. Oh well. Anyway, there's your comparisons. Moving on. And full transformation, we're going to pull out just a little bit so you can see what happens. And just as a disclaimer, I don't necessarily go by the instructions, but by the best way I feel it should be done. Alright, so taking a look at here, what we'll start with is this front panel here. This is in one piece. It will come up like so, and the side pieces here will fold in on themselves like such. And then we will leave that how it is and bring down the feet, which are these gray pieces here. So basically pull them straight out and then down and then straight down. Okay, on both sides. You get your feet down and out, and then we will turn them on to the inside, and we will have this nice blue on the outside here facing. All right, now turn the figure around. This will actually be the front of it. And what we can do is coming down here, starting with this gray panel here, we can open it up and it will come all the way open, and that will enable us to pull the foot down and out. And then when we do that, fold this gray piece inward and then close the panel. So that is nice. All right, we got one foot out. Same thing on this side. Pull down this panel, which will open up the whole thing from the back. Pull the foot out, fold in this gray piece, and then close the panel. Alrighty. Now, at this point, we will come to this gray section. We will split it, moving it up like such, and then we can move these arms to the side. So you see a little tab here and a port there. They will untab and go in there. All right, same over here. Untab the side here. That's a little tight, and then it will go into there. All right, from this point, we can move the whole middle piece here, and boom, we are almost there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, orientate the arms properly, where you have your nice elbow bend, in which case we can pull out the hands on the sides here. That is very nice. All right, and from here, the last thing we need to do technically is pull this back piece down, and that will reveal the head, and we will just flip it up and close it back, and there we have Soundwave in his robot mode, and he looks awesome. I love this Soundwave. Not only do I love the transform, I love this bot mode. Look at those eyes. The light piping is excellent. Awesome. And this is your traditional Soundwave. This is what every Soundwave should look like. All right. Moving on. And coming real close in on Soundwave, you can see he looks very, very G1, and I love it. He has a nice blue helmet. He has a nice crest piece right here. Wouldn't have been too bad if that crest had a little bit of silver on it, but nah, it's a nitpick. Eyes, beautiful, beautiful light piping red. I love it when the light piping actually works. So this is what you get, some nice bright glowy red eyes. Nice silver on the sides of his head and his mouth plate. His chest we've seen before. Again, this is basically the whole same chest from tape deck mode, and you have your button here. His arm, shoulders, nice blue, got some silver detail here, coming down to some grays for your forearms, and then blue hands. Now what's interesting about this particular hand is it's molded to where it has a button pressing finger, so he could actually, if he wanted to, press his own button and to make Ravage kind of eject Ravage. It works. He did it himself. Ha ha ha. All right, so anyway, that is cool. We have same for the pelvis area, silver and the blues, coming down to some light gray legs, and then some silver highlights here, some gold, and some more silver, and then some gray for the toes. So he is basically what you would expect a Soundwave to look. Let's zoom out just a little bit so we can kind of get the entire body in the frame. So I do like it. Very reminiscent of G1 and how he's supposed to look. So side and then the back, not much there. It's mostly all blue on the back, and nothing that you would really need to worry about. All right, that is what Soundwave looks like. Moving on. Now, I know we usually do the accessories after the articulation, but I can't keep my Soundwave without his shoulder cannon, and this is a nice looking shoulder cannon. You got some nice detail there, and it comes down to a point here, and this is the peg where it will peg into his shoulder. So if we bring him out here, zoom out just a little bit, and you can see the port right here on his shoulder, and you will tell that this side with all the holes in it goes facing outward, and there you have his shoulder cannon, and that is so cool. That is technically part of him, so we have to have that like that. Okay, now let's go ahead and do the rest of the accessories, and then we'll do articulation. And for the next accessory, we have his laser rifle, and it doesn't really look like a laser rifle right now because it's not supposed to. It transforms from this position by pushing this little tab through, and that will let you grab the barrel, and you can pull it out to its laser rifle configuration, and that is pretty neat. And he can hold that really well. It just pegs right in there, so there is nothing too complicated about that. So he has his gun. Oh, zoom out, you can't really see it's him. Yeah, his face. Yeah, okay, there it is. So that is cool. All right. And finally, he has this weird little gray gun. It's well enough for a gun, I guess. It's not painted. It's just a little gray sculpt and mold that he can hold and shoot. And if you really wanted to, it transforms, so you can make it an even longer gun. Kind of more of a rifle type thing, if you were so inclined. But I've never seen Soundwave use such a thing, and I don't think I will have him using it. So this is probably going to go in a box somewhere and never see the light of day. But hey, thanks for giving him an extra gun. And of course, it can go in his hands, so he can do some double wielding, as it were. So you can go. But anyway, there is it for his accessories. Moving on. And for articulation, starting with the head, his head can go around 360 degrees. It can look down a little bit, it can look up a little bit, and it can move side to side a little bit. Coming down to his shoulders, shoulders can go out and in. They can go around 360 degrees. He does have a bicep swivel here. He does have an elbow bend, which gives you way past 90 degrees of elbow there. He does not technically have a wrist swivel. It doesn't go around, but it can go in and out. But that's basically due to the transformation. So that's pretty much all you got there. Coming down to his waist, he does have a waist swivel. It will go around 360 degrees all the way around, like so, which is nice. He does have some leg articulation. Legs can go out and in. They can go up a long ways, and they can go back. What you'll just need to do is move this panel up, and then you got a lot of back motion, so that is nice. All right, coming back, he does have a thigh swivel all the way around. Well, kind of a lower thigh swivel, I guess. That's more of a knee swivel, and he does have a knee bend. Go over like that, 90 degrees, and his foot can kind of rock left and right, and it does not have any type of toe articulation. And that's pretty much it for your articulation, unless you want to count the chest moving up and out. Well, we already saw that, so that was pretty funny. And another odd part I'll throw into articulation is if you lift his hand up, you can move this around, and it's like he's got a little cannon, so he can like shoot. And he has those on both sides. That may have been something left over from the Siege mold, I guess. I'm not really sure, but it's there, so I thought I would note it. All right, and that is it for his articulation. Moving on. And for comparison, here you have Starscream and Megatron, and these are the big three Decepticons. These are the three that you'll always see in any type of Transformer franchise. So you'll throw Shockwave in there later on, but these are usually the ones you get first. All right, moving on. And this has been the Walmart exclusive Netflix Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy Soundwave with Laserbeak and Ravage. and I really enjoyed playing with this figure. It is a classic. I can see now why it's sold out on Walmart.com and in most every store you go to. Technically, he is supposed to be out right now in stores for about $40, so if you find this guy and you have just the slightest doubt of whether you should pick him up or not, get him. He is an updated version that we've been needing since 1984, and there's just so much good stuff I can say about this guy. I'm very happy that they gave us this toy in this particular format where he transforms into a cassette player. I don't know why they did that, but I'm certainly happy that they did. Now, I do have a theory that may hold up. They may be planning to re-release him in the Studio Series, the 86 line, because that would make sense, because he had this form in the Transformers the movie, and they could throw in Rumble and Frenzy with this set and make him have all 4 tapes, and that would just be so cool. The transform on this guy was very fun and intuitive. Transformed a lot like the original G1 Soundwave, so I didn't have any problem with him. He has a lot of nice molded details. I love the paint. I love the sculpt. He just looks like Soundwave. That's the review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And now we have a special shout out to a Miss Mary Guzman who works in the Cherokee County Probate Office. Apparently she likes the videos, and we are going to say hi to her and thanks for watching, and we hope to entertain and keep watching. So that's it, and until next time, guys, keep playing.
Fate rarely calls upon us at a moment of our choosing.